Good evening, my name is Modi Apparatus and welcome back to RimWorld Alpha 14. This series is going to be a custom scenario, and it is going to be quite a bit different from the normal kinds of RimWorld games we play usually. This is RimWorld, the survival reality show. So I got some special rules designed for this game of how it'll be played to kind of reinforce the idea of that you're the producer of a reality show where the RimWorld is the set and the colonists are the contestants. And we'll exile some of them, and we'll have a winner at the end of the 46-day scenario. Yes, it's a 46-day scenario only, so it's gonna be very, very short, and it's gonna be pretty interesting, I think. So let's make a brand new colony here, and I'll show a little bit how this thing's gonna work here. Now this is available on the Steam Workshop right now. You can go check it out if you want to try playing it yourself. The rules are all laid out there. If you have any bugs or anything like that, or issues with it or anything like that, let me know in the comments down there, and I'll take a look at it as revisions will probably be necessary for this. But I thought I'd show it off because this idea has been tickling in the back of my brain for a long time here, so I wanted to get it out there in the world and try it for once. Okay, so welcome and congratulations! You are now the producer of the universe's favorite and most thrilling game show, RimWorld, the survival reality show. As producer, you will help guide the contestants as the drama unfolds and do your best to keep them alive, at least until they are no longer needed, but more on that later. As producer, you will be in charge of making production and set decisions, guiding the contestants in facing challenges, and then handling the execution of each of the show's exciting tribunals, where contestants will make their feelings known and vote off one colonist every 5 days. So, I have a link to the scenario page in the game, so you can copy that link there and paste it, and you should be able to get back to the rules if you need to. We'll get to the rules when we get into the game here, but basically to start out here, we're going to start out with this 10 people arriving at drop pods. The planet killer weapon will be destroying the world in 46 days. A little bit of research started, just some basic stuff. I kind of didn't want people joining up new recruits here, new colonists, so we disabled all those incidents. And we'll just ask that producers don't try to recruit anybody. And then some resources that kind of just upscaled the standard crash landed stuff here, basically, to make it last a little longer, so your colony's not starving to death immediately. But they will starve to death very, very quickly, because 100 packaged survival meals seems like a lot, but with 10 people, it goes pretty quickly. You gotta get planted right away with that. And yeah, so let's get into the game here, and we'll get into our colonists here in a moment. Now we can play this on any AI. My thought was for the beginning here, for the first time through this. Now I've only played through about half of the game. I haven't seen how the end plays out really, because I want to keep myself surprised with Let's Play. But we're gonna play Phoebe Challenge, I think is how we're gonna do it. So the events will only happen pretty infrequently, but they'll be normal sized events. They'll be normal difficulty. That's the way to do it, I think. Otherwise we could do extreme. Might be a little bit better for, you know, making sure that things are a little more challenging, but we'll leave it on Phoebe Challenge here. So just for the sake of not too many events hitting us at once, just so we can get into the game a little deeper, we'll get to challenge mode. Now this isn't going to be a difficult survival game. This is going to be about the drama and the stories that unfold, the interactions between people. So with that in mind, keep that in mind watching this. It's not going to be the normal kind of RimWorld stuff you'll see. So select a random site, Tundra. I think for our purposes here, we're going to choose a set that's going to be just temperate biome. Large hills sounds good to me. Actually, let's go something more flat, so we have more room to like make up my sprawling base, or jungle. Let's go jungle. I mean, we do have disease as a problem possibly, and possibly our doctors and stuff getting exiled. We only kind of make it 46 days though. All right, 3 months in the game. Year-round growing period, which is great. Northern coast. Do we want a coast? Any coast at all? Flat. Sounds good to me. No coast on this one. That's perfect. Okay, so select the site. We'll do a jungle here. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. Then we have a bunch of colonists who will meet all of these people later. And you can already see that the relationships are going to be a factor here as well. So let's just do all random. We'll meet these guys once we get into the game here. Okay, so the rules of the game. How this game is played. So to set up, we're going to make 2 restricted areas. One called the contestants and one called the exiled. We're going to choose a corner of the map to make the exiled zone, and then we're going to make the rest of the map be the contestant zone. There won't be any overlap. And then we're going to set all the colonists to contestants. And then we're going to spend the first few days making the set, having the kitchen, the bunks, the dining hall, all that stuff made here. And then every 5 days, we're going to hold tribunals. And that will be where the colonists gather together and vote one colonist into exile. And then once they, we'll bring all the colonists together to the gathering point, pause the game, and we'll look through each person's social tab. And we'll take a look and see who they would vote for to exile. Now, the way we're determining that is by looking at who is the lowest ranking social score for each person. So it's figured that the person you'd like the least would be the person you'd vote for. In normal, Survivor, you'd probably vote necessarily a little more strategic maybe, but in this, it's just pure who you hate, you want to get rid of them. Tie voting, we'll do runoff voting for that, so we'll just look at the second least favorite and so on until we have a tiebreaker. When the exile is selected, we change them from contestant to exiled in the restrictions, and they'll just leave the set and they'll go about their business. Now, we might continue to make them try to survive. In fact, I probably will, just to give us more stuff to do. But yeah, we'll try to make them have their own little civilization off to the corner of the map, and they'll probably get raided and die eventually too. So we'll do that every 5 days, exiling another contestant, until we have 2 contestants remaining, and then we'll do the final round. That'll take about 45 days to get down to 1 contestant left, and then on day 46, the Planet Killer Weapon destroys the set to make way for the next season. So that is it. That is the game. That is the rules of the game. Hopefully it's not too obtuse, but that is it. So let's get into the game here. Let's land the colonists, and we'll see, first of all, we'll pause it quick here and see what we're working with here. So let's, first of all, let's meet the colonists. So we have Jerbear. Jerbear is a former spy in his previous life. He is not very intellectual, but he is... Let's see if there's any relationships there. No, he's just a single relationship. Nobody on there. Sometimes you'll find like wives and husbands and that kind of thing, which is kind of interesting for the game here. So we got Jerbear, the former spy, turned game show contestant. Then we have... I probably should do this in better order here. So we have May. I don't know how you want to say that one. She is a former ninja assassin. We had a very interesting group here, man. Ninja assassin on this season here. She is, let's see, any social relationships? Nope. Okay, so she is a ninja assassin joined up with us. Welcome to Mie. I'm gonna say Misha. Misha, I'll just call her Misha. Me is fine. Okay, good enough. Man, stressing over this too much here. We have Shepard, the fallen official. Now, formerly a re-educated youth turned fallen official. He's here to prove himself. He's abrasive. He is gay. Watch out. Any social standings there? No, just a standard guy out there trying to make his way. Welcome to Shepard, age 30. Then we have Split. Split the gardener. Split was a child star in his former life. He's no stranger to TV. He's the celebrity pawn here we have in this group here. This is like the celebrity season. We get like I don't know who we get to be the kid from Growing Pains or something like that. I don't know. We get him to be the star of the show here. One of the celebrity plants we have in the show here. So Split, Valentin Gorodkov. He was a child star, fallen upon hard times, became a gardener later in his life. Chemical interest, he could be interesting, psychically dull, not gonna be affected by any kind of psychic drones at all. And no social, oh, he has a wife and a brother on the show with him too. Oh, this is gonna get real interesting. Okay, so welcome to Split. Next we have Julio. Julio has his brother and ex-lover here to the show. Split is, Julio is Split's brother, and he's there. He's also facing up against his ex-brother. So we got like not a lot of family drama going on here. Get the ex-lover and brother there showing up with him. So we'll get a little bonus for those people here. Does not get along good. Interestingly enough, right from the outset, we can see that the drama's unfolding because we can see that Julio here does not get along with Penelope whatsoever. Does not like Philly. Very interesting. So she could be the first to go, and I think that will have an effect on his brother here then. So that could be interesting. Padilla is the next character here. I wonder if I missed any relationships. I wasn't looking at the right spot before, was I? Ex-lover is Julio. And okay, so Julio is the the brother, and the ex-lover, Misha, is the ex-lover of Julio. And it's gonna be a lot to keep straight here. Anyway, back to Padilla here. We have Padilla, who is the cult child turned mathematician, joining up with us. A little artistic, great with animals, bit of a masochist. Social standing, no relationships, but already doesn't have a very high opinion of Penelope here. Next we have Seo the rancher. Jin, Seo, Mao. As I can see it, Mao. Anyways, dislikes women. Gonna have a tough time with the ladies around here. He is a childhood mute. Could be difficult for his social standing. He cannot interact socially. It's gonna be tough to win those people over, but he somehow managed to do pretty well for himself later in life. He became a ranch owner. But with a lack of social skills, he may have a tough time convincing people that he deserves to win the grand prize here. Any relationships here? He has a sister here, Zlata, coming up down the road here. So let's get to her in a moment here. Next we have Tony. Tony is a pickpocket turned criminal surgeon. Great with medicine, great with growing, great with melee. This pickpocket turned criminal surgeon has no relationships to speak of just yet, but they're a wild card then. Jer Bear we've already covered in brief detail. No relationships there. I didn't look at it properly before, but now I'm on a case. He is the former spy. We have a spy and a ninja assassin. Very interesting. Okay, so back to Philly. Penelope Philly Gordakov. Annoying voice, abrasive. Very tough to get some favoritism here, but is the husband to Split, or she is the wife to Split. So he seems to like he might be the most well-liked for her right now, but as time goes on, I think the annoying voice, the abrasive attitude could make her one of the first on the chopping block this season. Then we have Zlata. Zlata is incapable of social as well. Another tough time for her to kind of ingratiate herself to the group. We have a relationship with her brother here, Jin, is here as well. And they will have a nice alliance to start with here that maybe they can overcome their lack of social graces. The twins, we'll call them the twins. One's age 27. Are they actually twins? One's age 37. Not quite. Actually, no, one's 39 in real world age. And he's 510. Okay, so they're not exactly twins. I don't know how they're even related. Their parents must have an interesting backstory there. All right, so that is that. Then, as far as setup here goes, as I said, we need to create a area to put our colonists into as they get exiled. And I'm thinking we give them a fighting chance and put them right over here. So what we're gonna do is create a restriction, manage the areas, create a new area, and we're gonna rename this one as the Exiles. And then we'll rename this one as the Contestants. All right, so that is that, and everyone will be contestant to start out with here. Mark everyone over to that. And then we'll actually set up those zones here. So zone area, first of all, we'll need to do restrictions, manage areas, contestants will be inverted, so it's everywhere. And then we'll go back to here and figure out where we want to zone here. So let's zone an area, expand areas for the Exiles. Exiles will have the edge of the map here up until, let's say, this structure here. And then they can have this structure here, but not the next one over. How about that? So that is the area for Exiles. Actually, you know what? I'll be a nice guy and I'll give them that part too. So this is the exile area. And then we will go cleared select areas for the contestants and grab that corner right there. Drop it down. Make sure that they cannot overlap. So no help provided to the Exiles. Once they're exiled, they are dead to the colony. And that is how the game is played. So now, without further ado, we can start doing some things for the colony here. So we've met the colonists for our initial introductions here. I think it's as good a spot as any just to build and mill here. So what I'm going to do is make sure everybody's set up for work here. The main things I want to have happen right away are plant cutting. And we'll also do some construction. Now we have a lot of constructors, so this will go pretty quickly. So yeah, that's actually very, very excellent. That'll get some structures built very, very nicely here. Where can we build that's going to be very nice and centrally located? I guess we'll put it like right here for the main tribunal area here. I'm going to switch to manual priorities right away so we can get these things prioritized a little bit more here. All right, so first thing we'll do is just start gathering a bunch of wood. And it's kind of a nice sight to see when you have 10 people all cutting down wood. Well, at least, 6 or 7 at least. So there's that. And then we'll also start some orders to build our first chamber for the colony. So what we'll do is put a nice tribunal area like right here. And we'll make this kind of a nice like oblong looking area here. Like so. It's 14, okay. Remember that for later. And this is connected. Yes, that's right. Let's bring this down over here. Now we gotta make sure we have enough support here to reach to the other side here. Because right now it's too big, I think, for the moment. 14, okay, everything's checks out there. Something's wrong actually. You know what I think I did is started this one too soon. Cancel this, and this will be it'll be our main bedroom area for the moment, and eventually we'll get this to be a little bit better here. But let's put some doors on that so we can get in and out. We'll make nice double doors here and here. Since I did 14 even number, we'll make some nice big double doors there, and then we'll make sure we have supports here so that we can make sure that there's a roof on this thing. Like so. And that should provide us enough room for a... That should provide us enough room for ceiling to be on all of this then. Okay, so need colonist beds. People will start working on that. We'll let them get to work here. Let's unforbid some of this stuff around here. And we'll start working towards our first vote and our first 5 days of the contestants. So I imagine in this first episode here, because we took a lot of time getting to know everybody, explaining the rules and everything like that, we probably won't get to the vote the very first episode. Hopefully on future episodes, we will have 1 vote per. Let's set up a stockpile in here someplace. Or right now, I'll just put a stockpile room. Oh, I don't know what we'll do here exactly. I want this to be a nice grand area to have the contestants be in. So we'll set up a stockpile over here someplace, off to the side, where people can just store stuff. Like so. Now it's off center. It's gonna bother me forever. Let's just add more doors on. I love when we have lots of resources to start out with here and plenty of people to gather them. Because then it goes very, very quickly actually. So then we'll set up a stockpile in there. Orders to zone area, stockpile. We'll put a dumping ground back over here out of the way so it doesn't bother anybody for now. And they'll get to work. So we'll take a look here quick and see if there's any social interactions going on right away here while they're working. Want to make sure we have orders to haul this stuff out of the way because we don't want that taking up room in the main chamber here. And actually we built this right on top of a steam geyser here. Oh, can we actually build floors on top of that? I don't really want the steam geyser actually. If we can't build floors on top of it, we might have to rethink our building here. Oh, we can't. We're gonna have a steam geyser right in the middle of the building. Okay, hold on everybody. Cancel all orders, cancel all orders. I know I spent a lot of time building that, but we're gonna have to rethink that just ever so slightly. Just bear with us for one moment. All right, so we got the place redesigned here quickly. With the steam geyser out of the way, I was able to make this so it's odd numbers here, so I can have 1 door instead of 2 doors here, overall saving resources. We will lose a little bit on the deconstruction there, but overall I think these guys will be back to do it really quickly here. We'll deconstruct some of that here and get them building the tribunal chamber. Needs to be a big grand chamber for all of our cameras and stuff, kind of like that. We gotta fit in there. And these people are competing for the chance at 1 million silver, in case you're wondering, and the ability to survive, because otherwise if they lose, they will be stuck on the planet forever. We don't have the budget to bring anyone else besides the winner off of the planet, and the planet killer base will be destroying it at the end of the season. That aside, I think that they all kind of signed the contracts without reading it too well, so they're not quite aware of the impending doom that they are going to be facing. Hopefully they'll figure it out before the end here. I imagine the producers, now that they're stuck in the contest, they'll probably be mentioning it to them at this point here. So make the most of your relationships, guys, because it is going to matter. Make sure to ingratiate yourself to everyone around you. A lot of failed construction because we have so many bad people working on it right now. And once we get this whole thing built, right now it doesn't matter. We can waste the materials. We have plenty of extra stuff to burn here. Once we get this built, though, we'll switch people to they're built so they're building a little bit nicer stuff. We'll switch people around to more specialized things. Let's get some more trees cut down around here. Just lay this whole place down. Get this whole place just chopped to pieces. Also serves the point of protecting us from fires and that kind of thing too. It is a problem when you're building with wood, of course. Raids probably won't be too much of an issue. We will have some stronger raids towards the end of the season, but hopefully by that time we'll have some research done. Is this not the right spot? This doesn't look like the middle, actually, and I'm looking at it here. So let's put another door in here. And that should do it then. Let's do a quick measurement on this. I hate to have stuff off center. Hate it. So let's go. Plan here we got, on this side we have 10. And on this side we have 9. So this is the actual center then. Make sure I did that right here. Let's make sure one more time. Measure twice, cut once. As they say over here, it is 9. Over here it is 7, 9. So actually we need to have that middle one there. Okay, good to know. 2 doors in the middle. Over here, same deal. We'll go here, it'll be 9, 2 doors, and then 9. Perfect. And then we'll remove the plans. There we go. All right, get to building, guys. Get to building. Now, a lot of times, relationships will start to form when we have people working on stuff together. Sometimes they'll talk about stuff as they're walking through. Right now, so far, they're not too much. The few people who aren't able to work are cutting down trees, hopefully. So we have, who can't build? Shepherd can't, but he can plant cuts, so he should be cutting down trees. Here, in the case of, he's the only one that actually can't work, but he has another job to do for sure. So that's good. Everybody's busy then. Everybody's busy and I like that. So that is looking pretty good. And we're gonna waste the rest of our wood probably doing the floors on this place. I'll wait till they're done with the exterior first and then I'll put the floors in. I don't want them to start working on the wrong thing here. And then we'll also need to start building some beds. Now we do have a couple couples, don't we? Let's make sure we have Padilla, right? And Padilla is... No, but not Padilla. We have Julio, ex-lover, not him. Split has a wife, so we need at least one double bed for them. And then the rest can be single beds. So we'll do, once they get this built, we'll put some sleeping. For now, we'll put sleeping spots in here, though. Just so they can go to sleep when they're ready. So we're not laying all about here. That should be 10. Hunter lacks a weapon. Who's our hunter? Hunter is Jerbear, or Tony, or Julio, or Zlata. Okay, let's take a look and see what they are all about here. So we have Jerbear. Julio's a hunter, right? Julio is a hunter, yes, and he needs a shooting weapon. Sure, let's get him a gun. Yeah, shooting weapons, as they're called. Equip that. We're leaving all these guns out in the rain. Somebody should move those indoors as soon as possible. We did cancel the designs for our structure for storage, I believe. So let's build that again here quick. Like so, and then we'll just put a door on there. And we'll keep it like that. It's 2 doors on the area there. We can cancel this one here. And there's our dumping pile. That's good. So we'll get some people with guns. We have Philly, probably not a good fighter here. We'll get them just like a knife. Get the stuff out of the rain a little bit. Julio got a gun. Yes. Split does not need a gun. We'll give him a knife. Shepherd is okay at melee, but we'll give him a gun. Kind of mix things up a little bit. So is not good at much. We'll give him a gun. Sure, not gonna make him hunter or anything like that. And let's see, Tony is really good at melee, like crazy good at melee. So get on that. So one thing we're gonna be doing this season for sure is trying to not give too many direct tasks. We're gonna let the colonists go about their business for the most part. We're gonna give them jobs to do, but that's it. We're not gonna give them too many priorities to do. Aside for like equipping things, which they won't do without us telling them to. Now we have to make sure everyone else has a weapon. Bear is the one that's the problem here now. And Bear is a melee guy, but we'll give him a gun because we're all out of weapons now. Also have a nice survival rifle here. Grab that, buddy. All right, and I'm gonna try to keep this in a normal speed here, I think, for the most part. We are only in day 1 here, but I think once we get this laid in a little bit better, we'll meet some of the colonists more often, and we'll get to the first vote here. Probably next episode, I imagine. So they're already starting to talk. They're having nice social interactions here. Deep talk with Julio. Deep talk with Philly. Philly, who was not high ranked with some of the people here, is starting to ingratiate themselves. May here, Mi is gonna have a little bit of a problem right now. Not ingratiating herself with the group here. Gotta find a way to get some conversations going. Now, once we get the kitchen built and that kind of thing, it will be much easier to do that sort of thing. They'll get some interaction points from daily chats over meals and such. All right, guys, making short work of everything. And I don't mind playing in the slower speed here because we have so many people. Once we get to less people, and we kind of watch the reactions a little bit closer, it'll be a little bit easier to also determine why aren't these things built. Did I cancel those? Just failed too many times? That's the problem. And then once that's built, I think we'll start focusing on making some beds. So we'll make ourselves some double beds, not out of steel. Wooden double beds. We'll make ourselves a wooden bed here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually 6 with the double. And we need 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. Okay. That means we need, if we're going to have huts designed for each person here, we're going to need a total of 9 houses. 2 people will be, for now, sharing a bed. So we'll make sure we design some huts here very shortly. I think we could probably design one of them right now. And before we do that, I think we should probably lay floors in. Just so we use up the rest of our wood on that for now. I should probably, now that I have most people working, I should probably start taking some people off of construction and put them on hauling. That are not so good at construction. Because we're starting to build some nicer things. That will matter if they're not great. So, just have a few people on construction now. Until we're starting to build houses again, then we'll move everybody over. Hopefully these people work on hauling next then. Oh, we gotta set up to the haul pile, that's why. Zone the stockpile. Everything going here, guys. There you go. So anybody not working on that should be working on hauling then, or plant cutting, either way. And everyone else is plant cut that can plant cut, excellent. And that'll take precedent over hauling. That's exactly what we want. And then we can get rid of some of these spots then. Got all of them built already. That was easy. Deconstruct. Cool. That's all the spots. And then we'll also make sure, just everybody else it doesn't matter with, but for now we'll set the owners as, who are the Split, and who is his wife? Ex-lover there, not Shepherd. It was Philly? Philly, yes. So Split and Philly get to share a bed. Everyone else is stuck. Now that will be a tough alliance to break, guys. But given that Philly is not going to be well liked, I think, in general, just based on her annoying voice, it's people that when she talks to them, she's just going to get, make things ever worse, and then also abrasive. So she's definitely going to tear herself down. She's going to be her own worst enemy here. So, I think we'll call this episode right here. Not much got done, but we did get the tribunal hall at least established here. We'll get this place built up. We'll get some meal sources set up soon. And then we will, next time, get everybody their own houses. Now, I really need to focus on hauling next time because these meals are not going to last too long if they're left out in the rain. And unfortunately, with the rainforest here, we will have rainy seasons quite often. Also, did I not put the doors in there correctly? Get those double doors back in. Get those double doors just so it looks nicer. And this is not supposed to be there. What is it? What's going on here? Somebody didn't deconstruct that when they're supposed to. Now we should have roof on all of this. Let's make sure that is the case also. Zone. Roof area. It should be putting roof on this. I guess we got to finish this one spot here. No, it should be doing roof on all of it. Unless this stuff is too far away from these spots, we might need a second structure here maybe to add the roof in. Just like that. And something up here like this to get roof in the middle. Yeah. That's not quite right. Well, we'll cancel these ones. We'll see if it works down there. Just for starters. Anyways, guys, as I said, that is going to do it for this episode. I'll pause it right there. We'll pick it up right where we left off next time. Thank you so much for checking out RimWorld, the survival reality show. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know it will move a little slowly at first here. Hopefully, once we get to the voting, we'll pick up the pace. And next episode, we'll be maybe operating in higher speeds, I think, next time. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time for more. Have a good night.